Ho ho ho, it's Hohin, and today I'm here to discuss with you 5 things that Rainbow Six Siege has implemented that makes myself ask why. These things are mostly concerned with specific aspects of the game, which I feel kind of weird, not super weird, just a bit confused as to why these decisions were made. Now, I know that there are many people who have different opinions, and maybe some of you might even think, is it necessary to point these out? Well, the answer is honestly no, it's not, because the game is still fun without making these changes. However, it's just that at certain points I wished I had some of these things changed so that it would suit me much better in the game. But anyways, without much to do, let's get into it then. So the first thing that made me ask why was when I first started the game. When you look at the trailer, the impression you have on the game is that there is a terrorist side and there is a counter-terrorist squad rescuing the hostage. While it's true to the gameplay that this is one of the modes you get to play, instead of terrorists, you choose defending operators from the same special operation units as the attacker's side. Now, let's think about this for a second. This game was meant to simulate a hostage situation where the good guys have to get rid of the bad guys, right? So how come we're playing the good guys and we're taking people as hostages? Now, some people might say that, well, you did say simulating a hostage situation, so of course when you're simulating you will be practicing against your own operation members. I'd agree with you, only if you didn't get to see this. Or this. Do you honestly call that practicing? You see blood flying out of their body. Did that guy tie blood packs or tomato juice packs around him? Now, that's not the only thing in this point that makes me ask why. There's also the fact that not only do you use the good guys and play the bad guy role, but you also get to use the doctor and the armor cunt. His name is Rook, by the way. Like, what? If we're using good guys and playing the good guy role, we're rescuing the hostage, right? Then why don't we get some extra armor to protect ourselves from the terrorists shooting us down? Like terrorists, aka your own teammates. This is absolutely bullshit. The second point I'm about to make is a little bit more minor, but it's the equipment that we get to use. If you've owned all the operators before, then good on you, because you can relate on what I'm about to say. When you use Bandit, you pick all your primary and secondary and you choose the C4 as your gadget, either for dealing with several enemies at once or with shields. But how come when you use Jaeger, who is from the same operation unit, that option isn't available? Given the fact that you both have 1-3 according to armor and speed, a defensive gadget, Bandit having tying shit and making them electrocute people, and Jaeger putting some mini alien spaceship that shoots laser beams to destroy projectiles, how come Jaeger has to use the pussy barbed wires or deployable shield? You can't pick 2 of the same operators, so if 2 of you fucks wanted to roam, which don't always do that, okay? If they rush you, then you're basically fucked. But if you really wanted to, how come we can't both have C4s? You holding a bias within the German operation units? Now, I understand completely that allowing all operators to have the same gadgets might cause balancing issues, which I don't give a shit. When I want to have fun, I want to have fun. Now, if you're playing ranked, I understand even more, so maybe make it only in casuals so we can actually have a casual experience once in a while. Next aspect I'm going to talk about is a bit more technical, but I'll try to stay less technical and more practical so you can understand. Suppressors. Suppressors is that long thing that you insert onto the barrel of your gun and makes it longer. That's not a metaphor for fleshlights that get inserted into your penis. If you were thinking about that, then you might as well order yourself one online and do it, cause you're horny as fuck. But anyways, a lot of games, including Rainbow Six Siege, hence which is why this is on the list, make equipping suppressor attachments onto your gun affect the damage of your gun negatively. Like, what the fuck? If we all know a bit about guns, which I don't honestly, I just went searching when I was curious, okay? But if we were all to search online, we'll realize that there's a design thing within the suppressors that miraculously manages the air to make the bullet travel further. So because of the length of the barrel and the design of the barrel, the velocity, which is the rate at which an object travels at, is increased. In short, it means that the bullet travels a bit faster when compared to a gun without a suppressor. So how come the bullet does less damage if it travels faster, huh? Think about it. If someone throws a ball at you at a snail's speed, will it hurt more than a person throwing a ball at the speed of a car? Of course not. That's just plain bullshit. So not only are games misrepresenting what a suppressor actually does, it also leads people to thinking this way as well. Now this next thing that I'm about to bring up is something that was just added like 2 or 3 months ago, or even less. I'm talking about the thermal scope that was added to Glaz's sniper scope. This has made itself to the headlines to Trash Talk News when it was first implemented in the game. Honestly speaking, I am not a great fan of snipers, but I didn't have a problem at all when only Glaz could shoot through the windows on Presidential Plane. However, I do have a problem with this thermal scope change, because Glaz was supposedly a hard operator to play since it required you to be very aware of your surroundings, guarding your teammates from spawn kills, looking at the Presidential Plane windows for roams or any movement. You had to have good eyes to see your enemies through those small ass windows from so far away. But now, nope. You got that thermal which lights the whole figure of the person, afraid you might not see a bright yellow cunt running around. Like, who thought it was a good idea to lower the difficulty of Glaz so any motherfucker could use him to a certain degree that guarantees spying enemies for information? Not to mention that clothing can slightly affect the thermal scope's performance as well. The texture of clothing can make the color displayed on the thermal scope cooler depending on how thick it is. And with every operator wearing decently protective armor, you'd think that the thermal would show dim colors when they're spotted, but nope, they still show up bright as fuck. The last point I'm going to talk about is just my personal picky thing. You know how there are skins for everything, right? For headgear, uniforms, and weapons. How come there are significantly less uniforms compared to the skins for headgears and weapons? You know how there are occasional challenges that you do to unlock charms and skins like the Valentine skins? How come we don't get a uniform from time to time? Again, some people might say, well, uniforms are technically harder to make to suit the situation, you know? To make a uniform that suits the realistic tactical gameplay of this game is very difficult compared to making skins for guns and headgears. So are you telling me that in real life military weapons have this skin for their guns? Or are you telling me that the German military wear football helmets for protection? And are you also telling me that on the 14th of February, every single special operation unit can have the option of dyeing their gun in pink for Valentine's Day? What a load of shit. Like, if you were making helmets that look silly, like the wrestling ones for Caveira, then make a wrestling uniform for her, or some other dude like Sledge with this massive body. Look, all I'm pointing out here is just a part of my opinion. Like, I'm not demanding a change or anything, okay? I think the game is still good and a lot of fun to play. But if Ubisoft were to ask, what are some of the most unnecessary changes that need to be made to this game, then I'd choose some points from here and list it to them. But anyways, that's it for my rant. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and comment whether you have some other stuff Ubisoft does to the game that makes you question their actions. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time.